Alright, in this video we're going to cover frame types in FrameCAD Detailer. Go ahead and launch FrameCAD Detailer. It's the one with the D. Now, we've already completed our machine setup. The next step is to create our frame types. Frame types must be set up before you can draw a frame on a plan. The frame type manager can be accessed via the edit menu. Alternatively, you can use the Control-T shortcut. So here it is, Edit, Frame Types. With the Frame Type Manager dialog box open, you'll see a demo frame type already created if this is your first time setting up frames. As you can see, I already have many frame types set up. And this is because I already have a machine set up for my Orange Coast College machine. So for this purpose, and if you also have the Orange Coast College machine set up, you might want to create new frame types in addition to these frame types that are here. But if you have any demo ones, go ahead and you may delete those. So to click, you're going to click on the Create New Frame Type button right down here. By default, the external wall type will be created. So here it is, external wall, parentheses 1. The parentheses 1 is there because I already have external wall. Right, this is my external wall frame type that utilizes my Orange Coast College machine. Okay, but I want to create a different frame type that uses a different machine. So in general, the following fields will automatically be populated for you: name and plan prefix. These fields can be changed if you want to. I'm going to leave mine as the default. You can also enable the option to draw end profiles in the elevation view by selecting the little checkbox. This one's right here. I like to keep that checked. I like to see which way my stud is oriented by seeing the little end profiles. So we'll keep that there. VRML frame color. This is going to be the color that is used for the 3D preview, which we'll get into much later on. And machine setup. So I'm going to click on this drop down menu down here. And I want to make sure to use my FrameCAD Studio machine. This is my theoretical machine. This is the one I set up in the previous video. If you haven't set that up yet, watch the previous video and go ahead and set up your theoretical FrameCAD machine. I'm going to change the name. So instead of just external wall 1, I'm going to take out the 1 and I'm going to call it Studio. So that way I can differentiate this external wall from the external wall I need to use whenever I need to build a wall for an OCC project. Okay. Make sure that automatically detect triple stud connections is checked. Okay. Let's go to default tool actions. So when you set the tool actions for a frame type, you're also telling Detailer what orientation the frame is. There's 3 types of frame orientations. On flat, while looking at the elevation view of a frame, the web of the bottom plate or bottom chord section is sitting flat on the ground. This is the standard orientation for wall frames, roof trusses, and web joists. Back to back, B to B, back to back. The webs of the plates are screwed to the webs of the studs. The lips from the plate are furthest away from you when looking in the elevation view, while the lips of the studs are closest to you. You should be able to look at the drawing to tell this is the lip lines and are shown on the stud members. Truss cords are referred to as plates and truss webs are referred to as studs. Lastly, on edge. While looking at the elevation view of a frame, the flange of the bottom chord section is sitting on the ground and all the members are in the same plane. Okay. Within these three types, within these three frame orientations, you might find various other tooling options. Standard tooling. When members are passed through each other, the vertical or stud members are continuous, and the horizontal plate members get notched. Reversed tooling. The horizontal plate members are continuous, while the vertical ones get notched. No boxing swages. Any boxed or partially boxed members will not be swaged. This option would generally be applied when using thicker steel to make the assembly of boxed members easier. No tooling means no flange cut tooling is applied on B2B members back to back. Plate over stud tooling. Ends of nog members, generally in wall frames, are tabbed over the stud that they terminate on instead of fitting inside of the stud. Truss tooling. Box truss cords are notched to allow truss webs to fit inside of them. For this session, I'm going to keep my default tooling for all frame types as on-flat standard tooling. All right, let's continue on. We're going to repeat the process for all frame types. So I just created a new frame type. By default, it created an external wall. I gave that external wall a different name to differentiate it between my OCC setup machine and my theoretical studio machine. Go ahead and click on new frame type. Classification. Let's just go down the list. We're going to create a new frame type for each one of these. So next one is internal wall. Notice the name will automatically change. Select or highlight one and just type in studio instead. Let's put a little space in there. All right. We want to use our F325IT FrameCAD Studio machine on flat standard tooling. Next, we want to do another new frame type, classification truss. Delete this one, rename it studio. Okay, studio machine setup, on flat standard tooling. Create new frame type, classification, joist. Rename it, parentheses, studio. Okay. Default machine setup, FrameCAD Studio, on flat standard tooling. Create a new frame type, drop down menu, miscellaneous, call it studio. Put a little space in there. FrameCAD Studio machine setup, on flat standard tooling. Create new frame type, drop down menu, ceiling panel. Change the name. Default machine setup, FrameCAD Studio, on flat standard tooling. Create new frame type, classification, roof panel. Rename it. Alright. Machine setup, studio, default tool action on flat standard tooling. Create new frame type, drop down menu, floor panel, rename. Default machine setup, default tool action, standard tooling. All right, that's it. So with that done, we should have two of everything. Ceiling panel, external wall, floor, internal, joist and joist, miscellaneous with miscellaneous, roof with roof, truss and truss. Okay, once you get done with that, you can go ahead and hit OK. All right, so now we have frame types. We can begin to design. The last thing I'm going to show you all how to do is File, Export, Frame Types, Machine Setups, Steel Setups. We did this earlier where we were able to take our default machine setup for the studio, export it. We can also do the same thing with our frame types. So if you want to go ahead, I'm holding down Control as I scroll through this dialog box, selecting only the frame types that I named Studio. Click on the right arrow. They should all say Studio at the end. These should not say Studio at all. And now I can export this and I can update my machine setup, right? Make sure you save this file somewhere important where you can find it later on. I'm going to go ahead and select this one here. Click Yes. I'm going to go Edit, Machine Setups. I'm going to delete this machine setup. I'll get a big warning in this dialog box that says, hey, you're deleting this machine setup. It's being used by the below frame types. Not only will you be deleting this, you're also going to be deleting all of these frame types. Do you want to do that? Delete associated frame types and machine setup? You say yep. Okay, so now I'm back. Machine setups, I only have one machine, my OCC machine. I'm going to click OK. Let's verify that. Edit, frame types. Yep, these are all the default frames that I personally already had, right? You might not have anything anymore. Okay, File, Import, Frame Types, Machine Setups. Go ahead and click here. Click OK. Edit, Machine Setups. And our FrameCAD Studio machine returns, as well as frame types, all of our frame types for this class. They all return as well. Okay, so that's how that all works. If I was setting up an office and I'm the first draftsman and I'm a project manager, I might set up my machine. I'll set up all the frame types that we want to be able to use. And then I'm going to pass that file along to all the new draftsmen that come into the office. All right. Thank you.